Thought-provoking video content brought to you by AKA Hotels and Hotel Residences.
A couple of the key trends that we've really seen shift are really, if you look at technology, and that can be back of house and consumer facing, right? So, I mean, the whole booking process, right? Making sure that that's easy, you know, whether it's from the evolution of websites and apps, and like I said, making that process a lot easier. Then also the integration of technology to enhance, not replace, you know, the customer experience. You know, so everything from now you're seeing people still want the personal, you know, human connection, but being able to have the option to use a sort of chat type of technology, the online presence and how we market properties has also changed dynamically. Obviously, a lot's changed in terms of digital marketing, social media. I feel like every day there's a new social media platform that's out there. So, you know, really having to stay on top of what those are and how you can communicate to your perfect guest. We're independent properties, you know, we're not huge chains. So the way we do that is very customized. Speaking of that, I think that shift on ultra personalization. So by nature of being an independent hotel, you've already have that unique, very authentic sense of place and the type of property. So I think we can deliver it even better. But it's something that they've really had to fine tune, especially as we've come out of COVID. This kind of hyper personalization of, you know, really understanding your guests and being deliberate. We've talked about this a little earlier. Knowing their dietary restrictions is no longer just about, are you a vegetarian or not? Are you gluten intolerant? Or are you know, there's like 18 different iterations of it. And then finally, I think this focus on sustainability, or really sustainable tourism. I think that the pandemic really kind of supercharged this. And you've now got a guest and a client that is hyper aware that the choices they make on how they travel, where they travel, and the impact they have is paramount if they want to keep traveling. And it's not just about the typical reduce, reuse, recycle. Now it goes to, how do I interact with the community? What is the hotel doing to source locally? Do they hire locally? How can they help me interact with the local community? Are they really celebrating the culture and the heritage of the destination? So it's really that full cycle of sustainable tourism and what that means. So I'll go back to what we talked about in terms of sustainable tourism.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a couple things that are going to be really critical. So I think first and foremost is you're seeing not only are countries adopting mandates around this, right? So there's going to be a couple different trends. One is those that are being forced upon hotels, but more importantly, those that the consumer and customer is really going to start demanding. And they're really going to start questioning at a deeper level what hotels are doing. And as I had mentioned earlier, it goes so much beyond just the environmental piece. It really is about this cultural and community connection that I think the guest is really, really looking for. They're looking for properties and experiences that can enrich them as a traveler, but also where they know that they're giving back by being there as a guest. And I think that there's a lot of good that's going to be done around this, but I think it's something that is going to continue to evolve, and the traveler's going to look at it a lot differently. I was talking a little bit earlier today about this concept of transformational travel. And traditionally, people used to just think about this when they thought about really exotic trips. Like, and to me, exotic was like, oh, you go to Africa, right? And you have this incredible off the beaten path experience. I now think people are looking for transformation in, well, more day-to-day travel. They're looking for hotels to be able to to bring that to life, because we're all looking for transformation on a daily basis, right? We're all looking to be better human beings. And so what does that mean? We've got a couple examples, like Dromoland Castle in Ireland, I think has done something really cool, and it's this program where you can go and trace your ancestries, right? So you're Irish, and they have this person that works with you on your whole genealogy before you come. That so when now you arrive, and they'll take you to, whether it's cemeteries or places of birth or monumental landmarks that your family was involved in, which is so much more interesting and meaningful and impactful than just, I went to Ireland because I know I'm from there. I think the one other trend I'd say is interesting is the shift in corporate travel. So the pandemic, obviously it decimated corporate travel, which is now really is surging back, but it's changed. And I think it will have changed forever. And there's a couple key things that are happening. I think with this shift to a lot of remote work and a lot more flexibility, this concept of leisure, I think, is going to be here for a long time, because I do think that now when people travel, they want that balance of, if I'm going to go there, I might as well either come early or stay late and have that balance. But also the sustainability piece. So a lot of companies are incentivizing their associates when they travel to really think consciously about what that footprint is and how they're doing it, and they'd almost rather you go for a longer period of time, maybe have a couple more meetings and stay, because the overall impact on the environment is different, but it's also about sort of a wellness philosophy for the associates. So the one thing that Preferred Travel Group has always been good at is innovation and growth. So I'm thrilled to say, maybe with the exception of a few pandemic years, we've always seen growth, whether that was growth in terms of our heritage brands like Preferred Hotels and Resorts, and some of our new services, but also the addition of new brands. So Beyond Green is a hotel brand that we launched during the middle of the pandemic, April of 2021. And it's a brand that I think that you're going to see a lot of growth in. You know, we've been talking about sustainable tourism, but this is a brand I think you're going to see a lot of exciting things from, and some just phenomenal luxury properties that are really leading the way in sustainable tourism. The same token, I think you're going to continue to see growth of the Preferred Hotels and Resorts brand. Some areas of focus for us are, we've got 3 collections. I'm excited to say our Legend collection, which is our ultra luxury collection of just, really, I always say they're little gems in their own right. You could go and never leave the property. We just surpassed 100 members within that collection. And we've got a really focused approach to how we want to grow and curate that, and that's, I think that's a collection you're going to continue to see some really interesting growth in that area. Other area that I've really been proud of is our growth with new hotel openings. Okay, so you can grow the brand in a lot of ways, but I think you will find that we tend to attract some of the best and the most exciting new hotel openings, which I always think is exciting for a travel advisor and the guest, right? They're looking for something new and something different, and it's always been an area that we've excelled in, and we continue to really seek out those new properties. We've got a couple exciting new hotel openings that have recently happened and definitely in the pipeline.